Okay, so once again, we are going to talk about the Los Angeles Angels. I know, guys, I know. I talk about them every week, it seems like. And you know what? You're probably right. But there's a reason why I talk about them every week, and it's because they have an alien as the best player on their team, and yet they're still mediocre, as they always are. So, anyways, I am going to talk about Shohei Ohtani, but I feel like this week it's a little bit more justified because Shohei Ohtani, first of all, has been obviously in trade rumors all throughout the season and in the previous offseason, all the way up until now, and the Angels have effectively said that they are not trading Shohei Ohtani. Now, while that does mildly disappoint me because I kind of would have liked to see the trade package that they would have gotten for Shohei Ohtani, I don't blame them because they are slightly above 500. They're, only 4, 6, or whatever games out of a wild card spot. They're trying to trade for guys that, can help them out. They traded for Lucas Giolito, which was a really shrewd move, I think. And they also got Reynaldo Lopez. Second time those guys have been traded together, by the way. LOL. Remember when people thought Reynaldo Lopez would be the better prospect? Yikes. That did not turn out well. But, yeah, so the Angels are trying to win. And I think it's great. I think it's great. Obviously, I just want Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout to win games and make it to the playoffs. That's what I would like, regardless of what team they're on, because they're the two best baseball players on the planet. And I would like to see it. Now, you know what? I gotta be honest with you guys. Come here, all right? We're gonna talk about this because I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. I love Mike Trout. I do. I don't think he's the best player in the world anymore. I don't think that's a super hot take. I think Shohei Ohtani is the best player in the world. However, this might be a hot take. I don't think he's number 2 either. Yeah, I don't think he's number 2 either. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. is number 2. Yes, my Braves fans are going to jump up and down for joy. I know. I'm out of my mind. But I feel it. I feel that way. I do. I do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I know. It's like, it hurts. It makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. I got a pressure in my chest that I can't get rid of, and I had to get it out. I didn't want to say anything because I'm afraid of judgment, and I'm afraid that people are going to hate me for the rest of it. No, I really don't care about any of that. That's just how I feel. You can yell at me if you want to. Go right ahead. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. is the second best player in the world. Fight me if you don't believe that. Anyway, moving back to what I was talking about earlier, the Angels are trying to win. And so I just want Shohei and Mike Trout and the crew to win and make the playoffs, regardless of what team they are on. Unfortunately, they are on the Angels, and I am not okay with it. I never will be okay with it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the Angels have been mediocre since basically 2009, I would say. I am really, really sick and tired of watching these Angels just throw away this opportunity where you have the 2 best players in the world on your team and you are doing absolutely nothing with it. And it's frustrating for all of us baseball players, but you know what? It is what it is. I can't control that. So, yeah, I guess I'm happy that they're trying to win, but I would have liked to see Shohei Ohtani get moved. But on top of that, even crazier is Shohei Ohtani did something yesterday or the day before, at time of recording, that I have never seen ever in my life at any level. And apparently it's been done before by some dude in like the 40s or something. Great, good for you. But Shohei Ohtani, in a doubleheader, in the first game, he threw a one-hitter. And then, in the second game, he hit 2 more home runs. Okay, this is not like high school baseball, right? Where you could see that stuff happen all the time. This is professional baseball, and Shohei Ohtani is just making a mockery of everything that we all hold dear as the game of baseball. It's amazing. It's truly remarkable what they are doing, or what they are doing, what he is doing. I don't know what. Shohei Ohtani is not a they. I mean, he might be. It's 2023. But what he is doing is just amazing. And I know I laud him every week, but the reason I laud him every week is because he deserves it, and because he's genuinely doing things that not only I have never seen before, but I don't think any of us have ever seen before. And that's why I think he's the best player in the world. And I'll tell you what, man. Angels... Please figure out a way to make the playoffs, please. Because, look, this is Shohei Ohtani's last year of his contract, okay? He is probably going to make $400+ million. If not $500+ million. I have even heard people say, now I don't know if I feel this, but I've heard people say $600 million, which would just shatter all kinds of American sport records. Obviously, I think soccer players are making contracts like that sometimes, but I mean, even in that universe, it might not be necessarily all that common for $600 million contracts. And even if it is, you're talking about your Messis and your Ronaldos and your Mbappes and all these guys that are phenomenal, that are just, top of the line, best in the world, conversation guys. So, I mean, if $600 million, if that's what he gets paid, that's going to be just wild to think about. But we'll see if that happens. But going back to the Angels, if you don't make the postseason this year, I don't know what you're going to do, because you're paying Anthony Rendon $40 million to be a below-average player. You're paying, all this money for pitching that's not really helping you out. And now you're going to pay, you're paying Mike Trout, which he deserves to be paid that much. And then you're going to try and pay Shohei Ohtani that much. What are you going to do for the rest of their careers outside of exactly what you've been doing, which is not giving them any talent and not surrounding them with anybody of any note? Like, what are you going to do? Shohei Ohtani is going to eventually just want to win things. He's not just going to want to hang out in LA all the time for the rest of his life, because there's no purpose in that. There's no, I'm sure LA is fun and everything, but at a certain point, your career needs to feel like it's vindicated. And I want Shohei Ohtani to be the best baseball player of all time. I want him to be. And in my mind, the current best baseball player of all time never won a World Series. And I think that is a crime shame. I don't want the next best baseball player of all time to be another guy who was wasted in his entire career and never played on any good teams, and at this point has never even made the postseason. Now, granted, he's only been in the league for a few years, and he's still got, hopefully, plenty of time left. I mean, you never know. It could all end tomorrow. But hopefully he sticks around for quite a while and he'll have a chance. But, I mean, man, at least Barry Bonds with the Pirates made it to the NLCS a couple of times and ended up losing in, like, Game 7 and stuff like that before he went to the Giants. And even with the Giants, he made the World Series and ended up losing in 7. So, like, at least he had a chance. Shohei hasn't even made the playoffs yet because the Angels are so incompetent. My point is, if the Angels don't make the playoffs this year, I would be heartbroken if Shohei Ohtani re-signed with the Angels. Because, again, if they couldn't surround Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani with talent, with both of them making, with Mike Trout obviously making $40+ million or whatever it is, but then Shohei not making $40 or $50 million, how in the world are they going to surround them with talent when they're both making, $100 million combined a year? Like, how in the world is that going to happen? It's not going to happen. I'll tell you, for free. It isn't. Because you're not going to have any money to give anybody else that's any good. If you get lucky and you have guys come up in the farm system that's good, you might have one or two that coincide with the prime of Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout if you're lucky. And when their contracts are up, you're not going to be able to pay them. So it's just going to be a mess. So I hope they make the playoffs. I doubt they're going to win a championship. I mean, they're just not that good. But I want a wild card game. I want Shohei Ohtani to pitch in the wild card game, and I want him to absolutely dominate, have them go to the ALDS, and then they can lose to the Rays. I don't know, like whoever the heck they play at that point, whatever it is, like I just want to see Shohei Ohtani pitch in the playoffs just once before he decides to go wherever he's going to go. My worry is he's going to be a Yankee, and I'm going to be the saddest human being that I've ever, like, you could ever possibly be, because then because right now, the best baseball player of all time, in my opinion, never played for the Yankees, and that gives me comfort. And if Shohei Ohtani wins 3 World Series with the Yankees and he's making $60 million a year, I'm going to be so sad. Like, it's going to be heartbreaking for me. But hopefully that won't happen. We'll see. I don't want him to go back to the Angels if they're going to keep just being mediocre. But yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm stressed about it. I don't want to think about Shohei Ohtani on the Yankees or on the Dodgers on the Red Sox would be nice, but we're not paying him that much money. So we'll see what happens. Let's hope that Shohei Ohtani and the Angels can coexist for the rest of the year and hopefully make a nice little playoff run.
Hey guys, me again. Thank you so much for watching one of my clips from the Lopes Goes Last podcast. These clips are so much fun to do. I absolutely love making them, and I absolutely love doing them. And this podcast is my baby, so I really want this thing to grow, and I really want it to succeed. So if you did like what you see, please subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you never miss any one of my episodes or one of my clips like this one. And please do also like and share these videos with your friends and your family so that we can make this thing grow as fast as possible. And I wanted to thank you again so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day.